Hello, Joshua.
Who was that?
It was me, Ben.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ben?
No, the voice in your head, Ben.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Anyways, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good.
Yeah.
I noticed you on that treadmill there.
Yep. Yeah, I'm working out to become a pro fighter.
Like an MMA fighter?
What is that? Some kind of drug?
MMA? No, MMA is the most awesome thing in the world. Here, I'm going to bring a professional. He's the Phantom Grandmaster of MMA.
Sounds cool.
Here he is.
You're the Phantom Grandmaster?
No, I'm just a fill-in. He's sick, took a sick day.
That explains why no.
Go easy, man.
I'll try.
Alright, so you know what MMA is?
Nope.
What's wrong with you? Alright, to give you a little history on what MMA is, MMA basically is a full contact sport, grappling, fighting. It consists of jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, all
sounds like my kind of sport.
Yeah, all different kinds of varieties.
Let us show you what it looks like.
Come here, Josh. Just look into the light.
The Fight Lab here in Murrieta, Cory, Cath, MMA fighter, trainer. I started in when I was 6 years old wrestling. I started trained wrestling from 1986 to 2000. In '98, I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. In 2000, I moved to California, where there were fights here on the reservation, and I went to a fight, and I was like, well, I wrestled, I could do that. So I went in, found a facility to go train at. The trainer there made a call and said, all right, I got a fight for you in 2 weeks. You ready? So I actually started fighting before I started really training MMA. The four components that make up modern day MMA is wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, and jiu-jitsu. The majority of people, a lot of people that up until the last few years got into MMA came from a background of either wrestling, taekwondo, boxing, and then started training all the other arts. So, like the modern day MMA, people are starting in MMA. So the modern day MMA fighter is a little more cross-trained and more diverse than someone of 10 years ago. Well, there's many levels of competing. There's your pre-amateur level, which is just going, doing local competitions such as jiu-jitsu, wrestling, all that stuff. So that average person would train a couple times a week to up to your amateur level, which would be, because the rounds are different. Amateur MMA, which is 3 2-minute rounds, and pro MMA, just depending on your level, it's 3 3-minute and then 3 5-minute rounds, depending on how many fights you have, what level you're competing at, and then up to a championship fight would be 5 5-minute rounds. And so then at each stage, kind of going through it, you would train harder, nutrition different, diet. For nutrition, there are supplements and stuff, but a lot of the guys, you can get all your vitamins and everything from your food, just eating, healthy, a lot of chicken, a lot of clean, no processed foods, starting with a raw product and making it. A lot of the guys go to nutritionists to get diets and stuff, and it's going to change from person to person depending on your body type, what your intake of each thing is going to be. So it's such a vast span, but it's just eating healthy, a lot of salads, a lot of greens, getting your vitamins, stuff like that. So the diet will vary from people, because a person who has issues with the weight, obviously, is going to have to nutrition. You know, just eating healthy, clean foods, making your own foods, more of that lines. I mean, because it can vary so much from person to person of what adjusting your carbs, the protein intake, and there's a lot to it. The majority of the guys, there's not that much money in it. Even at the elite level, the few elite level shows, the majority of the guys that are on the undercard are still not making a full-time living. Yeah, after every UFC, the majority of them, it's public record of what they get paid. So at the low level, it can range, you know, a couple thousand on up. So if you're trying to make a living off of it, you know, the majority of the lower level guys work full-time or part-time jobs.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them are trainers, teaching classes, fighting. There's guys that are full-time firemen, you know, in the UFC that, because it's such a hard time to make money, the elite few will make really good money. A lot of the pro football teams have started bringing in to condition their guys, put them through MMA workouts to bring their fitness levels up. Shaquille O'Neal just did an interview about a month ago talking about he never won any NBA championships until he started training MMA. So there are a lot of other athletes and other pro sports that are starting to cross-train because of the workouts are so hard. Like a lot of the guys, a lot of the old school trainers are not really into lifting weights and stuff. When I'd go to wrestling camps back 15, 20 years ago, the Olympic coaches would talk about lifting bodies, not lifting weights. Because the more muscle you have, the more oxygen you're going to need for it to survive, and that's why you see guys that are really big and ripped and stuff, a lot of them will gas because it takes more oxygen for their muscles, and so as soon as you start getting tired, then you have less oxygen, and so you can burn out really fast. So even if you go through pro boxing and look back through, a lot of those guys were lean, not ripped. You know, your elite level boxers were even, you know, almost like the workouts are like running and lifting weights at the same time. You'll get that breathing hard feeling, but you'll get the muscle fatigue. So the plyometric type workouts are really good for MMA.
Wow, that was cool. I want to be one.
You know what? Then let's show you how to become one.
All right, let's go, Josh.
So Josh, if you're on your way to becoming an MMA professional, you need to know how to eat healthy. Here, the Phantom will show you how.
All right, so Josh, here would be a perfect example. You want to buy your foods all raw. You just make sure there's no preservatives or anything like chicken breast. Cook it yourself, it tastes good, and you get all your proteins and vitamins right from this 3-piece chicken. Alright Josh, just like your meat, you want to buy your fruits and vegetables in the raw form and cook them yourself. This will provide a very tasteful and healthy lunch, dinner, snack, whatever you're going to have to do with that. Alright now Josh, look right behind us. This is a perfect example of a place you don't want to do that. This food is processed, the meat is fake, and it's just dumb and disgusting, full of calories and just full of fat, so you bad for you. Alright, as you know, Josh, we've already gone over a few vital things that you need to become an MMA fighter, alright?
Okay.
And one of the things we haven't really gone over is vitamins.
You mean like
You mean like Flintstones gummies?
Yes, Josh, exactly, the Flintstone gummies. But more importantly, you're going to want to get the essential vitamins, which you will be able to get from here.
Hi, I'm Alfter. I'm the manager of Nutrishop in Murrieta. We're the #1 Nutrishop nationwide out of all Nutrishop stores. So I'm just going to give you some quick information on the benefits of certain nutritional supplements if you're a mixed martial arts athlete. Being an athlete, you have a much higher nutritional need than an average person. So that makes you more likely to be deficient in one or more nutrients. So when you're deficient in one or more nutrients, that has negative effects on overall athletic performance, on your immune system, your overall health, and out of progress from exercise, as in building muscle or burning body fat. So as a mixed martial artist, there's definitely some important foundation nutrients that you do have a daily nutritional need for. #1 would be protein. Now, with protein, they are the building blocks of lean muscle tissue. And anytime you exercise, you break down muscle fibers in the body, and you break down your body's energy levels. So proteins, the Pro 7, for example, which is the most effective lean protein for any athlete, would be especially for rebuilding and repairing and fully recovering what the mixed martial arts athlete breaks down. So other than protein, the next most important nutritional supplement would be glutamine, which is the most abundant amino acid in the body, especially for rapid recovery from exercise. So glutamine is most commonly a tasteless powder that you can mix in with your protein shakes. You'd want to mix it in with your protein. And it enhances the recovery effects of the protein. So adding glutamine to protein can cause your muscle tissue and your energy levels to rebuild and repair and recover almost twice as fast as supplementing with protein alone. And the benefit to that is it allows you to train more consistently and fully recover and repair and progress much quicker and more efficiently than how your body would normally respond. The final of the basic foundations would be an absorbable multivitamin. It would need to be in powder form, over liquid, and definitely over tablet vitamins. You want a powder vitamin because it's fresh, it absorbs immediately in liquid, and it absorbs immediately into your body. That way, when it's fresh powder, the nutrients aren't devalued or denaturized, which is a common effect with tablet vitamins that are compressed into the pill form, and a common effect with even liquid vitamins that are sitting in liquids for long periods of time, which can take away the nutritional value. So for sure, as a mixed martial arts athlete, there's definitely a lot of nutritional supplements that you can take. The most effective ones would be at Nutrishop, but for sure, protein, glutamine, and an absorbable multivitamin are most important foundations. Again, I'm Alfter with Nutrishop in Murrieta, the top nutrition store locally, and the top Nutrishop nationwide. Thank you. See you next time.
All right, Josh, now do you understand about the vitamins?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yes, remember, protein, glutamine, and your multivitamin.
Oh, vitamin D. Thinking about it.
All right, Josh, we know if this is something that interests you enough, there is a possible career path for this.
Really?
Of course, Josh. Let's go show you. All right, what do you think about that, Josh?
That was pretty cool. I want to be a fighter now.
Yeah, so basically, if you want to become a fighter, just follow, all those steps, the nutrition, the working out, just, doing everything that we covered. Once you get good enough, you can actually start training people on how to become professional MMA fighters. By opening their own gym or, doing one-on-ones, and you could easily make $40,000 to $60,000 a year, even $100,000 if you're certified. So, there's a lot of options you have here.
I'm going to start right away.
That's the spirit, Josh. You do it.
I would like to give a special thanks to Cory from the Fight Lab in Temecula, California.
I'd like to give a special thanks to Chris from the Nutrishop in Murrieta, California. And would like to thank both Albertsons in Temecula and the Plowboys in Old Town Murrieta. Thank you.
Thank you.